I was given a few photos by the archives at Stirling. Very interested they are as well. This is the original type of lifter for a haystack, or a rick they were called up there. And this photo shows the modern way. This wasn't invented and patented until 1928, rather late I think, showing how it was lifted onto the Pike bogie. There can't have been any winches on them in those days up there. It took 2 horses. And a stack estimated about 30 foot high, I would say. It took a 4-year-old jib to pull it up anyway. Now showing the advert of the Victory Hay Ricker. It won the competition at the Highland Show in 1921. And one of the statements it made was that the man in the cage was well employed. In other words, it was damned hard work. One of the kind of extra things it said about that the chains were attached and a certain bar was put in, which we haven't found, and the man laid down and it was turned over. This is the machine itself, showing it at work. Sometimes the actual rows were cocked beforehand, showing the screens on the side as well for the wind. They were working in the end of August, so it would be very dry. 2 things we haven't understood what they're for. This was hanging on the bars at the side. It has hooks at both ends, but can't weight up at all. Also, on the wheel was a cog. There's no other thing on the machine that it can connect to. It looks like as if it is going to be shaft driven, but can't explain it. Now showing the film of the machine being pulled out at Red Hall Farm, Stirling.
Right. I remember seeing that as a wee boy, and I used to think it was absolutely massive, this thing. You know, when you were this height, that was a huge
enormous.
thing. I just say, when I was out, I mind it working at just with that height, and I used to think that was huge. That rucker.
What was that in the 70s?
That would be the 70s, I'm 50, 51, so that would be
When were you born?
64, so it would be 1970s, I would think, beginning of the 70s.
It was decided to take the basket off and put it on the trailer so that we could take it home next day. This would make it a lot easier to load on the actual loader part when we came for it. You can see it's near enough on the width of the trailer, which is 7'6" wide, quite the size of a basket.
Right.
We brought the basket back home, and a few days later we set off and went up to Stirling again to pick up the rest of the tackle. The next morning, having stopped at King Robert the Bruce's motel at Bannockburn, we gathered the thing together and tied a sheet over it so that the wood that was on it didn't blow off, because we were going the opposite way from what we should have. This we used with the help of Andrew and got it on, and as you can see it's hanging over the sides when we got back to Silloth. Pulled by the Pathfinder, it was okay. 4 inches wider than it at either side of the trailer, making it 8 foot 1 inch altogether. At Marlborough we stripped it off and eventually started painting it, having wire brushed it. Blue was the colour, and eventually we got to the position of putting the actual bottom in and chains. With the help of Brian's machine, we were able to lift it and put it onto the chassis again. It was a bit of a job for us 2 men. 3 men were supposed to do it, and there wasn't any lifters like what there was then. Eventually we got it lifted on.
Get up. Okay.
Okay, do it.
Well, I'm just going around that section.
No, just leave it. See what far down it is. What do you see?
I'll do that. Oh, I see that.
I just come to another there, look.
Aye, two bolts down in the top.
Aye.
Where's the other? Didn't she?
No, I'm here. Mate, you were supposed to do this before
What's put it on?
before this machine was made.
Oh, yeah.
It's easily.
Sometimes India, what happens at the other side?
They only put two bolts in the top to see how.
Aye, but it's not in line. Doesn't look in line with the whole bolt holes with the other side.
Oh, it'll walk in, aye, it just like pushed, that end one's pushed forward.
Okay. Wait a minute, no, switch this off now. You can switch this off now.
In the barn and ready to have the basket put on. We still haven't got the wheels finished yet, but they're on the way. Now it's a different machine with the basket on. That's it turned upside down. It looks well. Boards are in position on the sides. The next job was to see if it was free at the sides and that. So we found a handle and John is cranking it to see if it's alright.
We'll run out the cup about with these dials.
Great job. There's no coming out of the top yet.
Right, put a bail on.
Showing now with the front wheels. It's all ready now for the power drive and we've ordered one.
What did you say, Brian?
Flat on it there. Flat on it, it didn't quite
It wants running for a little bit so that the chain's getting straightened out, as there is a slight bit squeak now and again, and I think that's what's causing it. The next trial will be in the field, but at the moment it seems to be running sweet.